Hi, this is Regis Auger, and welcome to our website. You've got a brand new world of understanding how to eliminate your debt and pay off your mortgage in 12 years or less, very close to that, okay? I want to give you the real facts. There's a lot of companies out there called debt elimination companies. A lot of companies are in trouble with the Securities and Exchange Commission. A lot of companies are in trouble with their state attorney generals. A lot of these companies have really taken advantage of folks like you. Now, here's what they do. Let's say, for instance, you owe Bank of America a credit card of $50,000, okay? And Bank of America hasn't gotten any payments, and they're in a position where they'll take some money. Well, these middlemen, that's a nice word, I'm going to call them middlemen. They really are sharks. Here's what they do. They take folks like yourself, and let's say they get 20 folks, all the same. They owe $50,000, $20,000, whatever, but they might owe $500,000 to Bank of America. Okay? Now, what these sharks do is they will deal with Bank of America and say, all right, I've got $500,000 that's owed to you. What will you take? And in some cases, they'll take 30 cents on the dollar to settle it. They're not getting anything. Well, what's 30% of $500,000? That's $150,000. Okay? Well, on your personal debt of $50,000, okay, they will get the bank to accept 30% or $15,000. You don't know that they did this. You're relying on them because of the fancy website and all the verbiage that they put together, the legalese and all that. So you think that they are your savior. Well, they know the bank will accept $15,000, so they come back to you and say, well, the bank will accept 60 cents on the dollar. Well, what's 60 cents on the dollar for $50,000? That's $30,000. So they get you to pay them because they've gotten you to sign a power of attorney. They get you to pay them $30,000, and they pay out $15,000. So they made $15,000 of your hard-earned money, and they didn't put up a nickel. Now, all they had was a fancy website, some legal-looking papers, and you believed it. So the authorities, the bureaucrats, the politicians, they couldn't stand this anymore, and they came down hard on these debt elimination scams. Well, what we have is not a debt settlement. We do not negotiate with the banks. We do not negotiate with the banks. I'll give you an example, and I want you to pay very, very close attention to how this works. This is in a very simplistic form. Let's just say that little Tommy and Billy, two little brothers, they went to Grandpa and they borrowed $100. Each one borrowed $100. And Grandpa said, okay, boys, how are you going to pay me back? When are you going to pay me back? And I'm going to charge you 12% interest. Well, 12% interest on $100 is $12. So at the end of the first year, they owed Grandpa $112. That's easy to understand. But if they're going to pay Grandpa by the month, well, that 112 is divided by 12, so it's $11.20, whatever it is. Well, little Billy, he agrees, and he pays Grandpa $11 or $10 a month, whatever that number is. He agrees. And at the end of a period of time, he's paid Grandpa off. But he's paying Grandpa interest first. Now, little Tommy, he said, wait a minute. He's smarter than his brother. He said, wait a minute, Grandpa. Here's what I'm going to do. I owe you $112, but I've got $10 in my piggy bank, and it's not getting any interest. So what I'm going to do, Grandpa, is I'm going to take the normal payment that I would pay you, and let's just say it was without getting mathematically involved, but it's the logic I want you to understand. His normal payment to Grandpa is, say, $11 a month. Well, he's going to take $10 out of his piggy bank, okay? And he's going to add it to his payment, but he's going to tell Grandpa to add that $10 to the principal. Now, the principal was $100. So now he's got the principal paid down to $90. But he borrowed $10 from himself. But now he's only paying interest on $90 while his brother is paying interest on $100. It's very simple. He borrowed money from himself, from his savings account, and he told Grandpa to pay down the principal. Well, the money that he saved on the interest, he puts back into his savings account. Hello. Well, if you play this out, mathematically, a 30-year mortgage can be paid off in 12 years. Legally, student loans can be paid off. Credit cards, we have cases of credit cards being paid off in 5 years. Now, I can't explain the algorithm to you. Believe me, I can't. It's very, very sophisticated. But it's a program that works. We want you to take advantage of it. And I thank you for taking a look at our website. And if you want more information, just contact us, send us your email, and we'll provide you with more information so you can make a decision based on knowledge and not emotion. Now, I've been doing this, helping people for 25 years. If you Google me, you'll see that I travel the country and I teach judges and lawyers and bankers and investors, real estate brokers, mortgage brokers. I teach everybody all about the secondary money system, money market system, and how it works. And in my travels, and I've been living in airplanes more than I have in my own bed, but in my travels, I came across this, and I said, wait a minute. Here is how the rich and famous pay off their mortgage in such a short time. But we don't know it. We don't know it. So now we're giving you a chance to see it. Come on into our website, register, and you'll be very pleasantly surprised at what you're going to learn. Thank you. I'll see you again. Bye-bye.